Hey, this is Joel Oney at J Money in the heart of the Buckeye State, and I want to personally welcome you to today's episode of the Steel Kings podcast with my good friends Jared Ledford and Eric Olson, better known as the Steel Kings. Be sure to check out jmoneyllc.com for financing solutions for your buildings. And now let's get back to the Steel Kings podcast.
What's going on, guys? I'm Jared. He's Eric. We are the Steel Kings. Welcome back to another podcast. We are going to get right into it today. We are sponsored by the folks over at Cold Spring Enterprises. Check them out for your tubular steel bending needs. They are the producers of the VersaBend system. So check them out at coldspringenterprises.com. Check out our friends over at J Money. They are the title sponsors for the Steel Kings podcast. Financing for almost any home improvement need, your sheds, your metal buildings, your pools, your windows, your doors, your roofs, you name it. Joel and his team over at J Money will help you out with your financing needs. Eric, my brother, it is a big week. How are you doing, my man?
It's coming up. It's coming up.
Yep.
I'm going to take it a day. I'm going to take it a day at a time. So you're listening. It's 11:15 a.m. on Thursday the 16th or 18th.
18th, yep. Thursday the 18th. Thursday, September the 18th. We are officially less than a week away from Shed Builder Expo Knoxville 2025. Shed Week is right on the horizon. And the Steel Kings, for once, we're coming to you in real time. You're going to get this episode the Monday that Shed Week launches. We're going to be kind of the kickoff. Shannon's episode will be Wednesday, so we'll be at Shed Expo when Shannon's episode drops. So you guys are going to get it right here from the Steel Kings. We're going to walk you through Shed Builder Expo today. We're going to give you some really exciting tips and tricks, how to navigate the expo. If this is your first time, you are in for a real treat. And I can tell you, this is Eric's first trip to Shed Expo. So I'm pumped up for him. Shed Expo is great, man.
I've never been. I went there a couple months ago for Five Rivers Pole Barns, and so
Yep.
I've been there. I've stayed there. I'm really looking forward to this trip because I was talking to Heather of all the people I might run into. It's endless. I don't have a clue. I know there'll be people there that I know, and I just can't think of currently, but.
Yeah, post frame. So Eric got to go to Knoxville. I got to go to Knoxville to Shed Expo last year. Maybe Shed Expo was in Grand Rapids. I don't really remember. I did a lot more traveling last year. I haven't traveled at all. So Shed Expo is going to be for my first kind of major trip this year. But Eric went to the post frame builder show in Knoxville, so he knows the exposition center. I went to Shed Expo maybe 2 years ago. Shed Expo. But man, had a blast, got to meet a lot of folks, really got to know Shannon at my first trip to Shed Expo. And here we are. We're on the podcast. We're on his team, and we could not do the podcast without Shannon and the team over at Shed Geek Podcast. So big shout out to the Podfather, Shannon himself. Shannon will be there. Man, I'm just gonna jump right into it, man. And Eric, you jump in here, man, because I know there are some really exciting things. We've got Shed Sales Summit Monday. We've got the NSRA Conference going on. Tuesday will be their kind of their main show, and then the show schedule for Knoxville Shed Expo is Wednesday and Thursday. So if you guys are on your way down there while you're listening to us, registration opens at 7 a.m. both days. Workshops and presentations. I think they do have some sort of little grab and go breakfast items and things out in the foyer there, and then the floor is open for the rest of the day. The long days on Wednesday, of course, 10:30 to 5:30, and then 10:30 to 2:30 on Thursday. So, bro, tell us about some exciting things that are going on with Eric. You've been asked to be part of the Shed Sales Summit, and that's an exciting thing for you. It's an exciting thing for me.
You know, I would consider myself an extroverted introvert.
Yep.
I like to hide behind the so I'm going, and I've been selling sheds, for 8 years. 8 summers ago, I sold my first shed. It was a prairie built that my brother-in-law owned that. He owned like a shop, but it wasn't like a shed shop. But I sold sheds there because he had a couple, and And man, it's full boat. I've never been to the show. We've had some success over the course of our years, and so I think the connection with Shannon. Huge shout out to Shannon. He's introducing us. Have relationships that are birthing, and all the guests. I've met Peter Miller, who is in charge of the Sheds Sales Summit, which is on Monday. Yep. The place holds 450 people. If you're listening to it, it's today. This is Monday. It'll be Monday. I believe it starts at 1. I think you got the details on that.
Let me pull that up while we're going. Those of you
had a couple pre-calls with them, and super excited. I'm sending my content. I am blessed to be a part of a panel where people are going to be looking for answers, general conversation about marketing strategy. Who knows where it's going to lead, but I'm representing Shed Geek marketing, so obviously under the umbrella of the Shed Geek podcast. We do a heck of a good job of our own marketing at Dayton Barnes, so I'll be able to bring a little bit of that info there too. And it's super exciting stuff, man. You're gonna see the guys Monday, September the 22nd, 2025, 1 to 7:30 at the Knoxville Convention Center. Don't miss out on the Shed Sales Summit. We're gonna hear from Andrew Boyle. Andrew Boyle is really a strong force in our industry. Jim Kuhlmann, of course, is with J-Mag. What a guy that guy is. I can't wait to try to meet Jim. I have never met Jim, but a great guy there. What they're doing at J-Mag is impressive, to say the very least. Gary Boyle, just another force in this industry. Richard Mashburn, who goes without any introduction. Banks Buildings. Can't wait to try to meet him as well. I've met several of these folks, but Richard and those guys at Banks Buildings, impressive stuff they're doing. Of course, there's Shannon grinning from ear to ear. What a great picture of Shannon that is for those of you that are watching on YouTube. Shannon is just doing next level things in this industry. Of course, we know that. There's our boy. There he is. Shed Sales Summit Q&A panelist, Eric Olson. A profound look on my face.
yeah. Right there in the home studio. Probably shooting a podcast with me or something. I don't know, man.
That's it. I think that's exactly what was happening.
I can tell you, man. I'm super excited for you. We are blessed to be part of the Shed Sales Summit. You got keynote speakers Rob Ball, Connor Dalen, and Joe Ignis. I'm not good with pronouncing names, so if I got it wrong, you can still purchase tickets as of this recording. So we'll probably drop some links out on our social medias and things like that. But, sponsors Shed Pro, Northwestern Mutual, Shed Geek Podcast, J-Mag, Shed Suite, Velocity 360, RTO National, Making Sales Simple. But there's your Shed lineup, your speaker lineup. Man, I'm telling you, that Q&A panel, if you guys are still able, and I apologize, I don't know if you'll still be able to get tickets on Monday. I imagine you probably can.
There's about 100. There's about 100 left. So there's 450 seats. There's like 325 have been sold.
I'm imagining someone listening to us on the way to Shed Expo getting super pumped up and not even knowing about Shed Sales Summit. So
you definitely don't want to miss it.
Yeah, if you don't know about Shed Sales Summit, we're going to be the ones to share it with you. Check it out. It's on Monday. It's at 1 p.m. at the convention center. You're already going to be in town, so there's no need to go anywhere else. Check out Shed Sales Summit on Monday. I can tell you, man, there's more than just that, though. So we're doing the Shed Week. We're doing the Shed Week tutorial video right now. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about the NSRA conference. This is going to be really cool. It takes place on Tuesday. John Delaney is going to be your keynote speaker there. Got John Felkins. These are people in the – so, Eric, you probably know a little bit more about this than me. These are going to be RTO-specific type of conversations, things like that, right?
Are you ready to elevate your shed business to new heights? Your pathway to success just got a whole lot smoother with Shed Suite's innovative marketing platform. At Shed Suite, we like to think we understand the shed industry at least a little bit. And over the last 7 years, we've been building awesome software for shed businesses. We focus first on building easy-to-use software to help you create and track orders, like the point of sale and after the sale order fulfillment. And now we're excited to announce our full-feature CRM. All things pre-sale, like prospecting and follow-up. all to empower your shed company to market better and sell more efficiently. Our platform empowers you with a marketing toolkit designed to amplify your online presence, engage your audience, and drive sales like never before. Enjoy the ease of conversion tracking, email marketing, centralized lead communication, and so much more. Oh, and guess what? It even comes with an iPhone and an Android app. With ShedSuite's marketing platform, crafting and deploying effective marketing campaigns is a breeze. The advanced reporting functionality allows your team to analyze real-time conversion data so you can make informed decisions and watch your business flourish. There's no better time than now to join the community of shed business owners who are scaling up with ShedSuite. It's time to turn your marketing efforts into real trackable results. Visit shedsuite.com/marketing to get pricing, explore the features, and book a demo. ShedSuite is committed to building top quality software to empower your shed business to thrive.
My general understanding of NSRA, and we've got something cooking that we're not going to share, but I'm not going to go to that trade show or that particular day. I'm going to focus on getting the booth ready for Wednesday. And I'm supporting from behind the scenes that day. But the NSRA is essentially, it's a couple $100 to get in. I thought that was expensive at first, but it makes sense because when you become a member of it, you have access to some benefits that the NSRA, so if you want to start your own rent-to-own company or you need financing for specific, let's say you have a shed manufacturer that's up and coming and you need an RTO partner, this is the place to basically go shop for people that might want to partner with you and, that type of deal. Regulations will be a topic.
Yeah, I think regulations are good, right? So this is the National Shed Rental Association. These are for RTO companies that run RTO contracts. And, shed companies, shed manufacturers, shed dealers, really only as strong as those RTO partners that they partner with. There's a lot of them out there. I'm not going to get into the specifics of who we like better than others. I can tell you, anybody in this industry who's a member of the NSRA is probably doing it the right way and probably is somebody that you need to be talking with. If you're selling sheds and you don't have a good RTO partner, chances are you're not doing a very good job of selling sheds. That's just my opinion on it. We could definitely do better at Dayton Barnes from an RTO perspective. I can tell you that right now. We want to know more about RTO. So if you're out there, we want to know more about what you're doing in the RTO space. But check out the NSRA show. I can tell you, I've never been to this one.
You'll make good connections there, and the price tag is your entry, and it's like, are you serious about this? Because this is a serious meeting, because it's based on straight financing of metal build or of the wood sheds through rent to own and and Jared, another thing is if you're like a high end investor and you want to maybe use your money to make some money, you might go just to investigate if I put $3 million in a pool, is there some way, so there might be some people there, and probably will be some people there that just want to be quiet investors as well.
I love the idea of a code of ethics. Check out the website, NSRA. It's the NSRA.com, and you can get all the information on the conference, joining their association, all the things like that. Really, what I want to talk about the most today, and I'm glad we got to it, the show schedule for the Shed Builder Expo. This is really where the Steel Kings are going to be on the sales floor. We're going to be on the floor for pretty much the whole time. I will be there Wednesday all day. I will be there Thursday all day. Eric will be there Wednesday. So if you're hearing this on Monday and you want to shake and howdy with Eric, get to the expo floor 10:30 to 5:30 on Wednesday. Eric's got a separate engagement. He's got to head out Thursday morning pretty early, but he's going early and I'm staying late. So if you want to meet one of us or talk to us, we will be there at the Shed Geek Marketing booth there at the Shed Expo floor. Bro, I'm super excited, man. We've got a lot of friends we're going to see. Jeff will be there. We're going to see Cord. We're going to see Titus. We're going to see a lot of people that we know from the Shed Geek team. Looking forward to seeing some of my friends in the shed space that I haven't seen in a while. But man, you're listening to us probably either on your way or having just arrived to Shed Expo. So, definitely take advantage of all of the things going on in Knoxville for Shed Week. I can tell you, you're not going to want to miss it. Some of these workshops, man, I was looking at these and I think, man, you would be really remiss if you did not go check out these workshops and presentations that Marty and his team are putting on for you guys. What a time it's going to be, man. Seriously.
Let me give a big plug for Peter real quick, and then I want to talk about the VIP thing that's happened Monday night.
Yeah.
So Peter Miller is a guy I met through Shannon. I think I've heard of him. I know his businesses names. Basically, he owns a company called Making Sales Simple, Miller Sheds, and Iguana Sheds, and then he's just the leader of this particular event. Just a big shout out to him and his businesses. He's been a blessing. I've talked to him for several hours over the last couple weeks. One thing I want to stress, if you're going to the event today, Monday, and you have some time in the evening, there's a VIP after 7. It starts at 7 to 8:30. It's a small room discussion, no microphones, closed door session, talking about the nitty gritty on woodsheds, status of the industry, anything that's coming up. And the panel will be there. Shannon, Shed Geek will be there, and this is going to be an hour and a half of, I would say, true networking and discussion of any topic that you want to bring to the table. You got to sign up for that as well, which you can do on Monday and while you're there. I would highly encourage it because it's basically like the summit, but on a smaller scale, and it's pretty just a free flow conversation for 90 minutes of really bring anything to the table.
You're getting in front of really high end people here. So like making sales simple. Peter and his team over there work in sales training. So a lot of times we get ahead of ourselves and we think we're better than we are. I would really encourage you guys to check out Peter and his team over at Making Sales Simple. You know, it's $99 a month, but it's an investment in yourself. And how rare it is to be able to invest in yourself, information, training specific to our industry, which is sheds, in this particular case, shed sales professionals. But I mean, you can take a look at it here. I've pulled it up for you guys if you're on the YouTube feed. Check out makingsalessimple.com. I think you will be very, very excited to see what they're doing there. It's very rare in this industry to find anyone who is willing to help you. And that's, of course, what we're all about is authentically. That's right. And we want to help you. And the team over at Making Sales Simple will do a really good job of getting you headed in the right direction for personal development, growth, all of the things that you need to know, to sharpen up that pencil and do a little bit better for the next year. But I wanted to give Peter and his team a shout because, man, I don't think we'd be doing Shed Sales Summit without the guys over at Making Sales Simple. As a matter of fact, I can tell you there wouldn't be. And having these personal development type of events in a industry specific environment like Shed Expo is just really next level. It's one thing to get on an expo floor and go look at people who supply you parts for buildings. It's another thing to sit amongst people who are like-minded, who are in the same industry as you, who are getting, you know, industry leaders that want to say, hey, they want to grab you by the shoulders and work with you a little bit, give you something else. And again, we're all about raising that mark for everybody. Rising tide raises all boats. We say it all the time. This is exactly the time. This is the time to get motivated, man. Shed Expo seems to be kind of the, you know, I'm going to use my professional wrestling. It's the WrestleMania of sheds. This is where you want to be. This is the event. It's the major league event for sheds. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to those guys over at, they do group pricing. They do all kinds of things over at Making Sales Simple. But bro, I'm telling you, man, I don't know the last time that you and I were so pumped to take a trip together. I mean, this is some pretty cool stuff.
I want to name drop. You know, if you watched our last episodes, you're watching. I can't remember.
Well, remember. So I peeked behind the curtain. So we recorded an episode. And we've already recorded an episode that's actually supposed to air after Shed Expo. Okay. We've also so give you a preview here.
We might as well hype that one up too.
Yeah. We can hype up everything. So coming
it's a hype
up,
day.
not next week. So the episode you're listening to now, you should be on your way to Shed Expo or at Shed Expo. If you're missing Shed Expo, figure out a way to get there next year. And we'll give you all the updates when we get back. But I can tell you next week, we're going to do a recap episode, which has already been recorded. So again, we're going to take a professional wrestling aspect here and say, it's in the can, brother. It's in the can. So we already know. That episode's pretty cool. We talk about all the things that we hope we accomplish at Shed Expo. So we're giving you a little bit of a peek behind the curtain there. The week after that, though, I think that's the schedule. But coming up very soon, we're going to interview Darren from Stormore Portable Buildings. And brother, are we not excited to meet that guy? The things that they're doing, they're going to have a booth at Shed Expo. So I want to give a quick shout out to them. They're going to have a booth at Shed Expo where they are raising money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. And if you have not seen the things that Stormore is doing in the industry, man, you want to check them out. They're in pole barns. They're in the metal space. They're doing a lot of cool stuff. Darren, I think, is going to be on Shannon's podcast, or already has been on Shannon's podcast recently. And then he wanted to do ours too, which we were really excited about. Super honored to have him on. But I wanted to pull this up just because I think it's really worthwhile to look at. If you are going to be at Shed Expo and you want to have an experience, check out the Stormore booth. I was there. I know what they're doing for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Darren is a survivor of childhood cancer, which means a lot to him. So the team over at Stormore does raise money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. I mean, man, they ordered $250,000 they raised for St. Jude's in 2024. And I think that they're on their way to surpassing that in 2025. Check them out, man. They've got cool merch. They've got a cool booth. There's going to be a lot of people there raising money for a good cause. We can all get excited about donating money to help children who are in need of some help. Right, bro? I mean, this kind of stuff pumps me up.
It's that when your CEO of your company matches the personality of the company.
Oh, dude.
It's good, because there's a handful of people that I've ever met in this industry that I actually connect with on a personal level. There's another thing he's trying to accomplish I'll let him explain it if he's back.
Yeah, you'll hear about it in 2 weeks, and I'm sure he'd be happy to tell you at Shed Expo. We're not going to.
But man, his vision's good for his business. So plug for him. We're super thankful. Can't wait to shake his hand at the show. And
I can tell you, man, I watched. So I would encourage you, check out the links. He's actually on St. Jude's website. So if you go to St. Jude's website, you can hear about Darren. But this is a very cool video about how Darren went from basically a St. Jude kid to a business owner. He's a musician. He's a multi-talented personality. I can tell you, you want to check out the booth at Stormore Portable Buildings. Give some money to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. They take care of everything for these kids, man. They take care of the families. They make it painless.
It's
you
free.
know, one of the hardest, probably the hardest thing a parent can deal with is having a sick kid. Okay. And I can tell you, I've got 3 little girls that I care about more than anything in the world. And I can tell you, I had one that was pretty darn sick one time, and she didn't have cancer, nothing. I mean, it was a life-threatening situation for a real short time, but I can't even imagine having a kid be stricken with cancer and not knowing what I'm going to do to try to take care of it. The people at St. Jude's do a great job with help from people like Stormore, amongst many others who are donating to St. Jude's. But I can tell you, that's something you're not going to want to miss at the Shed Expo for sure, that I've experienced, that I've seen firsthand, that I can't wait to be a bigger part of this year.
Hello, Shed Builders. I'd like to grab your attention for just a moment. As we look ahead to 2025, one thing is clear. Customers will have higher expectations than ever before. Shed consumers have an unprecedented access to information. To stay competitive, you need to create sheds that are not only high in quality, but also rich in innovation. You might recall my friend Dan Ream, one of my early podcast guests, who introduced Solar Blaster fans, specifically the Solar Roof Blaster. Dan has been busy handling orders, and he's eager to speak directly to shed builders about his groundbreaking products. What stands out to me about Dan's products, designed specifically for sheds, like the Solar Roof Blaster and the Solar Light Blaster, is how they enhance the shed owner's experience. With the focus on quality, it's time to start thinking about adding features and benefits for the end user. Here at Shed Geek, we wholeheartedly recommend Solar Blaster as the solution. My favorite thing about the entire line of products? The support you'll receive from Dan. Not only is he incredibly knowledgeable about these products, but he's also one of the most customer-focused individuals I know. He truly stands behind both his product and his service. We're searching for companies ready to elevate customer satisfaction to the next level. To learn more, just visit solarblasterfans.com and fill out some basic information for a callback, or connect directly at 480-747-7097. You can also check out the Shed Geek newsletter, where a click on the Solar Blaster ad will guide you to a form for more information and some cool videos showcasing the products. Let's power up innovation and elevate customer experiences together.
Dude, there's so much, man. There's so many good vendors. There's so many good people to interact with.
I'm excited to see Joel.
Yeah, J Money will be there. Joel the man. So check out the J Money booth. We'll probably hang out there for a little bit as well. So many
excited to see
friends.
VersaBend.
Yeah, VersaBend. Yeah. So let me check
Idea
out
Room.
Idea
Shed
Room.
Pro.
Yeah. You're stealing my thunder, brother. I was already pulling them up. So like, yeah, dude, it's gonna be a big deal. I mean, it's the guys over at Acero, they make really good roll-up doors. I don't know all these people, so I'm just gonna scroll the list. I'm gonna give everybody a free plug today. Asta, another, we're metal building guys, so Asta does really good metal building doors.
We liked Backyard. We liked them. We've been talking about Backyard Finance for a couple years. So like we've never really contacted them, but
yeah, they in all honesty and all transparency, it's it's an open world. They do a lot of the same things the team over at J Money does. We prefer J Money, but the guys over at Backyard Finance, if you're using them, we've heard really good things about them over the years. Can't say anything negative at all. Cardinal, they do a lot of the mules, a lot of the equipment that the shed haulers use. Man, they're a great company. I see them all the time. But man, look at all of these businesses that we're going to have a chance to interact with. And if you're a manufacturer, if you're a dealer, hauler, whatever it is that drives you to the Shed Expo, there's going to be so much to see and look at. And I can tell you, dude, it's I've been to some trade shows in the space, and not metal building specifically, that are a little bit smaller scale. This one's the one you want to go to. So Graber will be there. Our friends at Graber, they need to get them a logo on there, Eric.
Oh, great.
yeah, we need to get them a logo. Heartland, we've got some friends over at Heartland. Haley Paint, Idea Room. We love Idea Room. Big shout out to the guys over at Idea Room. We use them every day. I was just using them this morning. There's J Money. There's J Mag. Man, check out everybody. LP Building Solutions, LuxGuard Flooring. The cool thing about LuxGuard is, like, if you're a dealer, right, and you happen to be going to Shed Expo, you can actually see LuxGuard in person. You can see all the different options that they have. This is what manufacturers have an option to get you. So for some reason, go ahead.
I was like, let me give a shout out for a tip. If you're a dealer and you can get there, it's worth shutting your business down for 2 days to go. And the reason why is that you can utilize any piece of your conversation with these people that you know about, and talk about, and say, oh yeah, I should, like, this is a great product. I met the guys at this trade show. Like LuxGuard. Why is LuxGuard important? Well, you can tell them, I went to their trade show and shook hands with them. Like, you want this. They care about the product. That gives customer experience another level, because you've actually cared about.
Yep.
Imagine if you toured the Ford manufacturing plant and then sold your Ford truck.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
I can tell you, man.
I saw Shed Geek.
Yeah, Shed Geek Marketing is here. The guys at Shed Suite, Shed Pro, Sheds for Sale. I mean, you name it, they're going to be there. I can tell you, man, I am pumped up to see some people at the Shed app, TrackRite, Union Grove. I mean, WEH Supply. Got to meet them last year. They did some custom buildings that were just out of this world. They do really top-end doors and windows. And again, these are all free plugs. We're not getting paid for any of this. So if I say anything that is offensive to anybody, come introduce yourself to me. WEH just went out of their way last year. I actually have a hat that the owner gave me that I love. It's got a lime green line around there. They got this really cool like logo, which you can see if you're watching, but I really appreciated him, man. He went out of his way to introduce himself to me. Really enjoyed my time with them, and they do really top end doors and windows, like really high end stuff. So man, check it out. Dude, I'm so pumped up, Eric. I mean, I'm being serious, man. I'm a little bit giddy right now because I'm seeing all these people that I know, so many people that I haven't met in person that I'm going to be excited to meet when I'm there. And dude, it's going to be a big time. It's going to be a big time.
Heather's excited. She's down in Knoxville right now, actually. I don't know how she's in Knoxville, but she's going to be there next week.
So Mrs. Eric will be there, which is going to be fun. I don't know how much she'll be out and about, but you'll be able to see Eric and his.
Hey, she loves Graber. She talked to Graber Post for an hour while I was talking to Jason, and
I'm super pumped to see our friends there too. Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a good time, but I can tell you, the one thing I'm going to challenge you, if you're listening to this podcast and you don't come up and say hi to Jared and Eric at the Shed Geek marketing booth, boo on you. Boo. We want to meet you.
We're bringing our dongle. We're bringing our pocket Osmo
even if it's just for a second, just to say, hey, we hate the podcast. You guys are complete trash. Come up and tell me. I'll take the feedback. Tell me what you want to hear. I just want to meet you. I just want to say hi. Trust me, I don't come out of my cube very much. So if I get out of my cube to come and see you guys in Knoxville, please come up and say hi.
I don't leave my metal building very often.
Yeah, true story.
I'm always
true story. True story. I can tell you guys, you are not going to want to miss Shed Expo. You're not going to want to miss the NSRA show, Shed Sales Summit. It's Shed Week, everybody. It's Shed Week, okay? It is time to get motivated about your business. It's time for some personal development. It's time to get out and shake and howdy with people. I can tell you, man, the Steel Kings are pumped to be part of this team, part of this team at Shed Geek Marketing, part of the Shed Geek Podcast Network. We are beyond blessed, beyond measures right now in our lives. Amen. And we want to absolutely continue on the track that we're on, meeting new people, just doing the things that we feel like we've been put on this earth to do. God gave us this opportunity and we want to lean into it. Right, Eric?
That's right, man. I'm into it.
So I can tell you, check us out. We're going to be there. We're going to wrap this episode up, brother. Next week, we'll be back from Shed Expo with a pre-recorded episode. So give us some grace, but we will get you a updated Shed Expo episode probably 2 weeks from the time you hear this. You're going to hear an In the Can episode next week. You're going to hear from Darren at Stormwar sometime in there. And then you're going to hear a Shed Expo recap video of us hitting on all major points, anything that came up during the Expo, how Shed Sales Summit was, who we interacted with, who interacted with us. We'll give some shout outs. One thing I want to challenge you to do too, and this is what we're going to finish up on. I can tell you this much right now. If you come up and talk to the Steel Kings and you want to be on an episode of the Steel Kings podcast, here's your invite.
That's it.
If you listen to the 30-minute mark, okay? If you listen to the 30-minute mark, as we're wrapping this thing up, if you want to hype your business, if you want to hype your RTO company, if you want to hype your supply company, WEH, I'm giving you a shout out right now. RTO National, any company that wants to come on here and just talk shop. We don't require anything. It doesn't cost you anything. We want to talk to you about what's going on in the industry. We just want your inside baseball. Share it with somebody, right, and maybe we'll get you some business. And if not, we'll have a good time talking for 35 minutes. How's that sound?
Amen.
All right, brother. Eric, man, I am super excited for Shed Expo. We will see you guys on the Expo floor. Get out and do something in your community positive for somebody else. It'll make you feel good. I'm Jared. He's Eric. We are the Steel Kings, and we will be back at you next week with another episode. All right? Peace out, guys.
Let's go. I even got my hair cut for the event. So
yeah. Mine's Monday, brother.
Before you go, the J Money team wants to thank you for listening to today's Steel Kings podcast. Remember, money is king, and if you need a financing option on your portable wood sheds or steel buildings, we are here to help. Just check us out at jmoneyllc.com for more information. And don't forget to catch the next episode of the Steel Kings podcast and have a great day.